Welcome back to the 4-box penny series, or in this case, what turns out to be a 2-box penny series. So, assuming we actually get something in this box, then it'll be a 2-box series. The first 2 boxes didn't end up working out, but we had some awesome success with the 3rd box. So we are on box number 4/2. As far as you guys are concerned, it's the 2nd box that you're seeing. Hopefully you get to see it. We'll see by the end of this box. And let's get to it. Let's take a look at what we've got in here. So I haven't actually even opened this one up. I had a little bit of tape on it. So let's see here. And usually not a whole lot you can see with pennies. Hopefully we got a full box in here. It looks a little jumbled around there, but they may be all kind of stuck on the one end. I'll count them up, make sure we actually have a full box of 50 rolls. And we can't really see much, but here's kind of an oddball looking thing. Well, it looks like that might be a young head in there, so maybe we're going to have some success with this. There's 2 kind of weird looking rolls in here relative to the rest, so maybe those will be our lucky finds today, some collection dump. But anyway, let's get to it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'm going to say that a little earlier in the video so that hopefully you guys remember to punch that subscribe button, and let's get at it.
Let's just have a good time, live a good life. What you mean when you say you a new heights? What you mean when you play like all night? Nightlife is a highlight. I'm a fly guy, this is skyline. I don't got the time for my problems. I got the time to dissolve them. Music is my oxygen, I'm breathing, no stopping. You remember my oxygen, the music when it's dropping. Tell me about these vibes provided in these lines. I am trying to design the rhyme, checking my mind. Music being scribed, I got ahead of my time. Deeply prescribed, cause I feed it full of lines. Money ain't nothing, you turn it into something. I'm standing for the money, make you look real funny. Put my own name in discussion, I'm a hustler. Work real hard to show you that I'm coming, Let me tell you that I'm going.
Check this out. So the bank never does this to me. We got an extra roll. I counted these up. The box had expanded a little bit, so we actually had a couple here that had rows of 6 in them, and there's actually 51 rolls in there. So this is the one we're going to start with. Let's see what we got. Roll number 1 out of 51, and we've got a 1962 young head to start the hunt off with. So nothing too exciting, but it's a find. We're going to stick it up there and move on to the next. Oh, and I remembered to put my coin roll hunting mat down. I realized I didn't have it as soon as I started to talk into the camera. So, all right, next roll. So not really a find, but this is the first roll out of the 50, the second roll that we looked at here. And this roll was all 80s. So there's nothing in here that wasn't in the 80s. So that's kind of encouraging, and that this might be a bit of a dump. To find an entire roll of pennies that have nothing but 1980 coins in them. Looks a little suspicious, so did find kind of a nice sparkler there, so I'm going to set that one aside, but hopefully we find the next roll be 70s, and we'll work our way down into the 20s. All right, so I'm running some music in the background, and I was kind of watching the screen because I have this. I'm going to put this up super quick. Oop. Okay, there you saw it. And so hopefully I don't get a copyright strike on that. But anyway, that is, well, I'll let you guys guess. Rip that artist that's in there. Anyway, so listen to that while I was hunting these pennies, and I dumped them all out, and I didn't even notice until I'd finished dumping them out. But we got a nice little collection dump here. So haven't gone through them yet. This is just the way they fell out, but you can see we got some 50s and 60s in here for sure. So let's go through and see what we got. It's funny, I was looking at the screen as I dumped the roll out, and I looked back down and go, hey, well, I better grab my camera. All right, so we got 1953 in pretty decent shape. Like, it's got some toning, neat toning on it, and still a little bit of that luster, so that's awesome. What do we got? 1961 right in behind there, 53. There's a 78 in decent shape, another 61 in decent shape. Looks like a 60 and not so decent shape. 63, I got an 88, get that one out of there. 53, an 85, we got another 53 here. 59, 62, 72, and a couple more 53s and 83. We got some more young heads here. Oops. More 53s, 52, 61, there's a 79. That's me just throwing those in a cup because I keep all the 70s or 60s and 70s just for the copper content. I don't keep them. I'll sell them off if somebody wants them. But oh, there we go. It's a nice little 61 in decent shape. Got some real gloss on that. 77. Looks like another sparkler coming up here. And what's this guy? Another 1963. I think I've got some pretty good 63s already, but I'll set that one up there. 55, 42. Got King George VI head. Pretty beat up. Lots of green copper rust on there, but yeah, that's cool. 78 and 85. There's another 53. Another 77, 60. It's a pretty good haul. Mostly newer stuff, so nothing too exciting in here, but a whole bunch of them to add to the collection. So, all right, awesome. Good start. I'll get those organized and move on to the next one. This is roll number 11, so the 10th roll in the box, plus the one that we had as a bonus. So this is what actually came out of that roll. So some 63s, 62s, a bunch of 61s. We got there 5 61s, a 60. We got some 59s, 55, in pretty nice shape. 59's in decent shape too. 54, bunch of 53s. You know, you see I got a big stack of them there. And then we did get one King George VI, 1943. So that's a decent find out of that. You know, I don't want to bring you in every time I find some of the young heads because they're seem to be relatively common in this box, which is great. So while we're at it, just on to the next song here, and I didn't actually choose to listen to these. I just 80s rock. So I'll let you all guess the song that I just listened to. One of the more famous lines in that song is, "I've brought my pencil." You guys can guess what it is. All right, moving on to the next. Roll 15, and we have another find here. So I just started to dump this out, and as I dumped it out, I realized there was writing on this. It's upside down, but I'm sure you can read that. It says 1957, and lo and behold, that says 1957. So my guess is these are all 1957s. I'll double check them and bring you back in, but yeah, looks like I got a nice collection dump. And it's pretty obvious that a lot of these are collection dumps because a lot of the rolls, not all of them, but a lot of the rolls have had series of coins that are all together. So a bunch of rolls that just had 1980s coins in them. I had a bunch of rolls that had just US coins in them. So, and then of course this one, which looks like it's all 57s. I just finished dumping it out here, and but I'm sure by the looks of it that that's what these are all going to be. Yeah, cool. Whole roll. I might just throw them all back in the roll and set it aside. Awesome. So I did decide to check them all, and as it turned out, there was actually one 1959 in that roll. But otherwise, yeah, all 1957s. Roll 23, and we've got another roll with some finds in it. So we got a nice 1942 King George VI head, 1956, 60, 63, and we got a few 64s. I just kept them because they were part of the finds here as I was going through. I will toss those back in. They're way too common. It's 500,000 or 500 million of those that were minted. And I got a pretty nice 1965 as well, so I'm going to hang on to that one. I've checked both of these for their variants and their just the common variants or the common versions of them. And that's it. We'll just keep up the trend. Why not? Let's have some fun with this. So the song that just came up, listen to while I did this roll, the line from it is, "If I stare too long, I'll probably break down and cry." You guys figure out what I'm listening to. So we're getting towards the end here. Looks like we are on roll, that'd be 30, 37, so 38. And we're almost to that other roll, so we did have some luck with the other roll that looked like that as well, but the roll right before it was actually pretty decent as well, so we got a pretty good haul out of there. Got some more 60s, 63s, big stack of 62, 61s, decent looking 60 there, and a big stack of 53s. They've got tons of them. And then we also got some King George VI's, a 1946, a 45, and a 41, all in decent shape. So, all right, so we're moving on to the next one, but still listening to music here. And I'm going to give you the line. This one I think is going to, without you having to Google it, this is going to prove just how old you are and how long your hair was in the 80s. So the line is, "Rat-tailed Jimmy is a second-hand hood who works out of Hollywood." You figure it out. Prove to me how old you are. Looking for those comments. So that's the next roll, and not too bad. We did get some stuff in here. So a bunch of 60s. We got lots of young heads here. And then we did get one of the King George VI. Actually, it's 52. These 52 or 50, oh, these are 53. So these are still young heads. So yeah, so just the one King George VI. and a bunch of young heads on there. Some decent looking ones. But yeah, getting quite a collection now. So, all right. So next song to figure out here. Hope you guys are enjoying this. You can tell me in the comments if you do. If you think it's stupid, then just let me know, and I'll probably ignore it and maybe do it again. But anyway, it's kind of fun. So the song I'm listening to right now. So the line goes, "You act so shy. Your very first kiss was your first kiss goodbye." Put it in the comments if you know it. Try not to Google it. We are done. Box is empty, and this is what we've got. So pretty decent hunt. Nothing too super exciting, nothing super old. We did get some King Georges here, some 1940, a 41, a couple 42s, 43, a 45, and a 46. And then I guess the 52 is probably also, yeah, is also King George the Sixth. And then the rest were all the Elizabeth Young heads. Pretty decent stack of them all. I think works out to 36 53s, some 54s there. We had 16 55s. We had 27 59s. And then we had quite a stack, 21 of the 61s and 17 62s. So, and then a bunch of others here. We had that kind of nice looking 65 that I set aside. Nothing too spectacular in terms of condition. Like there's some nice ones in here, but nothing that really stood out other than that 65. And I'll check it against my book, see if that improves my book. I will go through. There might be a couple here that improve things, but I do have some pretty decent ones in the 60s in my book. So the 53s and the 55s are the two. Oh yeah, sorry, I've got a whole row of 57s there as well. So the 53s and 55s are the variants that, or have a variant that are quite valuable. I did check them all. There are none of the more valuable variants in any of these. For those that don't know, what you're looking for is the shoulder fold and no shoulder fold versions on these. So on the 55, what you're looking for is the flared eye. It's really hard to make out shoulder folds and no shoulder folds as far as the actual shoulder goes, because they quite often get worn out anyway. But the easy way is to look at the eye and the DEI. So if you are on a 55 and you see this flared eye, that's the one you're looking for. And if you're on a 53 and you see the non-flared eye at the top, so you can see the difference, how that is flared out top and bottom. There's also some more kind of stylization on the D and the E on there. So again, this is what you're looking for on the 55, and this is what you would be looking for on the 53. So just keep that in mind. That is it. So good hunt. I'm pretty happy with this. I was going to do one more video. So I was listening to just before we started this. So here's the line. Should be an easy one. Jimmy quit and Joey got married. You guys figure it out. Good Canadian band. You guys take care. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you enjoy the little bit of trivia on top of that, let me know. Have a good one, guys.